Good morning from Chicago, the risk management capital of the world. I'm Alan Nuckman here at the CME Group with your morning market stir for Monday, April 29th. Tough day for the bulls on Friday, but they had gains to give up from the week, essentially finishing unchanged. Actually, the S&P futures finished positive on the week, even with that unwinding on Friday. 1860 down 13 is where the S&P finished. 1873 and 3/4 was the high Friday. 1853 was a low, so finished off of the lows. The Dow was down 107, 16,324. The loss on the Dow was about 0.3%. The Nasdaq obviously has been in the news, down another 54 points on Friday, 3530 and a half is where the market closed. It was down more than a 1.5% on Friday. The dollar, tight range, $14 range, down 6 on the day. That pushed the euro currency up 11 points on Friday. Still tight within a range, not going anywhere just yet. Bonds, speaking of going nowhere, sideways between 135 and a half and 133 and a half for the last 2.5 weeks. A 2-point range there, closed at 134.30, up 13 ticks, as we saw a little bit of weakness in the stock market and a little flight to quality to the bonds. Crude oil lost some gains there, actually lost $4 or nearly $4 on the week, finished at 160 cents, down 35 cents on Friday. The low was 148 cents, so we'll look to see how that psychological 100 level holds. And the winner of the week, well, it was up $7 anyways. Gold, 1301, closing above our threshold, our $1,300 threshold on a weekly basis, up $10 on the day. So after the unwinding sales on Friday, where do things stand on this Monday morning? Well, we're positive. We're up about 1/3% here this morning, getting a little recovery. 1866.5 in the E-mini futures, E-mini S&P anyways, up 6.5. We're up 60 in the Dow futures, 16,385, and up 12.5 in that Nasdaq, 3593. Currency seeing a turn to the downside. 79.62 is where the dollar index stands, down 19 points. The monthly low is 79.40 to keep an eye on. That's pushed the euro currency up 138.75, up 41. We've got bonds doing not a whole lot. Once again, down 6, 134.23, range bound as we've talked about. The yields on the 30-year Treasury, 3.45%, and the yield on the 10-year note is at 2.68%. Crude oil getting a little bit of a bounce here with the dollar decline, up 70 cents at 101.30. That's also putting a little bit of undercurrent of support in the gold market, 1302, up $1.50 as it stands right now. So wrap up the current action with 3 hours to go before the cash stock market or open. It's an early morning here. We're up 6.5 in the E-mini S&P, and we're up 60 in our Dow futures, so about 1/3% gain as things stand right now. I will see you early Tuesday morning for the morning market stir to set up your trading day. Alan Nuckman here at the CME Group, where it all comes back to commodities.